welcome back to another episode of my channel. Today we're going to be continuing with the movie reviews. I've been watching a lot of movies recently, so you got 2 more videos. After this, we've got 2 more episodes of reviews. This episode we're going to be reviewing Girl vs. Monster and Zapped, 2 Disney Channel original movies. We'll then be reviewing Onward and The Mitchells vs. the Machines, the best animated film of 2021 so far in my opinion. And then we will be doing the best Netflix trilogy so far of 2021. There'll probably be more. We're doing a really cool franchise. It's horror. It's going to be a horror franchise called Fear Street, based on the books written by R.L. Stine called Fear Street. R.L. Stine obviously also known Fear Street, Fear Street. So, like I said, these films are based, or not based on, but they are based on, but they're not. They're nothing. It's difficult. Okay, it's got the same name as a book series written by R.L. Stine, who also wrote the book series Goosebumps, which was also made into a movie. But Goosebumps was made into 2 movies. Goosebumps on Halloween. This is made into 3 movies. Fear Street Part 1, 1994, Fear Street Part 2, 1978, and Fear Street Part 3, 1666, which is also 1994 Part 2. You will understand that when I get to these 3 reviews. So I'm going to start off this video with reviewing the movie starring Olivia Holt. This is another movie starring Olivia Holt called Girl vs. Monster. I will be popping out for a couple of minutes. I will see you in a couple of minutes. These videos are just a tad bit longer than I expected because of all these intervals. And you're talking for a lot. Next up, we have, so like I said, we're starting with Girl vs. Monster. So Girl vs. Monster, point one, Olivia Holt's performance. Like I said, Olivia Holt is another Disney Channel actress known for a Disney Channel show called I Didn't Do It, the Disney XD show, Kicking It, and status update on Netflix. 20 out of 20. She's a great actress. Been in great movies, 20 out of 20. Her performance in this film is just as good as her performance in the other films. So Olivia Holt's performance gets a 20 out, in this film gets a 20 out of 20, and she gets a few singing chops in this film. Next up, we have the characters. So we have the characters. The characters were very good. Olivia Holt's character and her friends were good. The love interest for Olivia Holt's character, the mean girl, all good. 18 out of 20. Next up, we have the plot of the thing. So a girl and her friends have to fight. So there's this girl played by Olivia Holt whose parents are ghost hunters, and Olivia Holt's character and her friends have to stop these three villains / ghosts from overtaking the world. 20 out of 20. Next up, we have the songs. The songs are good because of Olivia Holt singing them, but also the song that the Mean Girl sings is also good. And they're just good songs. And if the songs are great. The songs are great, are even greater because of Olivia Holt's performances of those songs. 20 out of 20. But then we have the friendship group. We have the friendship group between Olivia Holt and her friends, and that's a great. I like that part of the plot. Even though friends are a bit textual. Yeah, so the friendship group is good. Olivia Holt's character and her friends, very good people, and the friendship group between Olivia Holt's character and her crush / and a crush slash love interest is also good. Now the bad. The bad are kind of awful. Next up we have the villains slash ghosts, who got an 8 out of 10. The villains and ghosts I don't hate. I like them, but it's how they look that takes away from how good they are. That is why it's so high up, because I hate the way that they look. Next up we have the climax. The climax is good. But it's probably one of the worst. It's probably not the best of climaxes. And just like Villains and Ghosts, why that got a high mark for one thing. That got a high mark for one reason only. This point will get a high mark for one reason and one reason only. Just because I didn't like the ending that much. The thing that takes away from this, from the climax, is the setting of the climax. In a graveyard. I just don't like it. I also thought graveyard would be a good set for the climax, but it's just not. Next up, we have the ghost gadgets. The gadgets that the parents and Olivia Holt's character and her friends used to use to take in the ghosts. We didn't get the explanation behind how they work. That's the problem. In the movie, the main villain possesses the mean girl, and that's how the song was sang. That's the only good thing about the possession. The possessions is the song that the mean girl sings when being possessed by the main villain. The boyfriend being possessed, the boyfriend was just taken out of his possession way too easily. So. And just like the parents in Invisible Sister, the parents in this film weren't even that exciting. And they weren't. And the parents just weren't in the movie that much, and that's what annoys me. I like the parents of the characters. The parents of the main characters are always really cool, really good characters. So it's a bit disappointing. If we're being totally honest. But enough of that. We'll go get to the score. 20 out of 20 for Olivia Holt. 20 out of 20 for Olivia Holt's performance, 18 out of 20 for the characters, 20 out of 20 plot, 20 out of 20 songs, 18 out of 20 friendship group. So that's 96 for the good, 96 points for the good, 96 points for the bad, 96 good points for the good, 30 points for the bad, which gives this movie a score out of 66, which is not the end of the world, which is not that bad. And finally, we have that. We're going to get through this as quickly as possible. So, So yeah, first up we have Zendaya's performance. Just like Olivia Holt's performance in Invisible vs. in Gold vs. Monster, and just like Burst Elk and Passport. Just like Passport Elk, just like Rowan Blanchard, just like Kay Bergen, just like Channing and McClain, just like Olivia Holt in their films that we've reviewed, Zendaya brings a great performance. It's a film that's not that bad. Next up, we have The Lab Rats. Next up, we have the Lab Rats effect. Remember what I said? If an actor, yeah. Yeah, good. Lab Rats effect, just like I said, boy. A movie has a Lab Rats effect when an actress or actor from the Lab Rats series appears in the film. In this case, it's the actor who played Adam Davenport in Lab Rats, Spencer Bolden, who plays the love interest / boyfriend in the end to Zendaya's character. But yeah, it's awesome. Okay. The Lab Rats effect makes them move the background. Now a little bit of the plot. Zendaya's character gets this phone and an app to control boys. And that's all I'm going to give. But that's basically it. And anti-kinship. That's going to be good. That's giving it a 15 out of 20. And we have a great set of characters. The siblings have their moments. The siblings of Zendaya's character has their moments. Zendaya's character's mom has her moment. Zendaya's character's new dad has his moments. The mean girl has her moments. Zendaya's character has her moments. Spencer Bowman's character has some moments. They're good, really good characters. 17 out of 20. And then we have finally Amelia McCarthy. Amelia McCarthy, is from the Zombies franchise, Zombies 1, 2, and soon to be 3. And she plays the mean girl. And I don't have much to say about Mean Girl. The Mean Girl was good. Next up, and her performance, just like Zendaya and Kaylee Bergen and Channing McClain and Olivia Holt and Paris Burke, her performance, just like those people, was good, was great. Her performance was great, just like these other people I mentioned. 20. Next up, we're gonna have the bad. The sort of breakup. So this happens when the big truth is revealed, and I like it. I like the truth. I like it. I'm being totally honest. It's cool. So it comes after Adam Davenport. This happens after Zendaya's secret is revealed to Spencer Bowman's character Jackson, and basically Jackson breaks up with her, even though I don't think they started dating, even though I don't think they were together. And by the end of the film, it felt like they were together by the end of the film. So I'm just going to say they were together by the end of the film. Next up we have the dad and the brothers. Even though the new dad and the new dad to Zendaya's character and Zendaya's character's new brothers may have their moments, but they are at times they're annoying. They get better when they're controlled by Zendaya's character using the app that controls boys, but other than that, they're not the best. At the start, Zendaya's siblings aren't the best. Next up we have, that's going to be 6 out of 10. Next up we have the dance battle, which the dance battle at the end was dance battle between Zendaya's group, Zendaya's character's group, at Zendaya's character group, Zendaya's character, the group that Zendaya's character was the leader of, and the group that Emilia McCarthy's character was the leader of. And they end up facing off each other. Zendaya's teams, the team led by Zendaya's character wins, beating the team led by Emilia McCarthy's character. And by the end, it just happens. At the end of the movie, there's a sports game. It's still played after all that. It's still played. The sports game is still played after all the antics that ensue in the final move, in the final scene. And then the final thing I'm going to make, even though the brothers and the dad and brothers of Zendaya's character had their moments, the family dynamic wasn't there because Zendaya didn't like her brothers that much. Didn't like her brothers until the very end of the film. 90 out of 100 for Zapped for the good. 25 out of 100 for the bad, which gives Zapped a score of 65. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of my movie reviews of the movies I watched recently. Next up we have 2 more movies. We have Onward, like I said, and The Mitchells vs. the Machines, the best animated film, not just on Netflix, but not just on Netflix 21, but all out of every. We've got The Mitchell vs. the Machine, not just the best Netflix animated film, but the best animated film of 2021 so far. I'm not saying something when I said Luca was my favourite Pixar film. But until that video, I am out. So like my channel, click the notification bell to catch up with all my latest videos. If you want to be knowing I've done why I haven't done some videos, I've been on holiday. But until next time, I'm out. Peace. Bye.